Hey guys, welcome back to the Comics Flash. It's Isaiah, and Spider-Man No Way Home is almost here. It's 1 week away, and I cannot wait. I got my tickets for it. I'm gonna see it opening night Thursday at 7 o'clock for Screen X, and I'm also gonna see it in IMAX a couple days later, so I can actually analyze the movies. Because on opening night, it's gonna be just crazy fans raving, and I'm so excited for it. But while we are waiting for Spider-Man No Way Home, I decided to go back and review all the previous Spider-Man films. I did Spider-Man 1 and 2 a couple days ago. Go check those out. But today we're going to be reviewing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man 3. Alright, so let's jump into it. So, Spider-Man 3 is actually overhated. I think it's a really solid film, just suffering from a bad script. I think this movie has a lot of great plot points, good character development, but the script kind of messes up the whole movie. I don't think it's really bad. I actually like all the Spider-Man movies a lot. I think they're all amazing. I think they're all over a 7.5 out of 10. This movie's actually really solid, and I absolutely like it. So let's dive into the good. So Tobey Maguire is excellent in this film, except for when he has cringy lines as Bully Maguire. The script's really messed up, and it sounds kind of forced. He's pretty good in the movie, with his character, other than the script, right? I think he does a good job with his acting. He's solid. I still think this probably isn't his best appearance as Spider-Man, definitely the original. I think for all the Spider-Man movies, they suffered from a script. It went from really good Spider-Man 1, mediocre in Spider-Man 2, and pretty bad for this movie. Um, Harry Osborn was a really interesting character in this movie. I actually really liked him. I think he's okay as the new Goblin, but I don't like the plot point where he gets a concussion and forgets everything. That just feels kind of forced and really weird. But then once he finds it out, becomes New Goblin, helps Toby and then dies. I think that's really great because they get reunited and they're best friends again, but then Harry dies. It's pretty emotional, that part. That was probably the most emotional scene in the movie, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Not that Harry died, just it was a good scene, well filmed. Yeah, so I think their friendship in the movie was really good, and being enemies was really good too. The villains. Let's talk about the villains. Sandman's really great as a villain, but Venom absolutely is garbage. Sandman I actually really like, and if they spent more time developing his character, he would have been a top tier villain in the Spider-Man franchise. But since they had to force Venom into this movie, it didn't feel right. I think Sandman does a really great job, and Thomas Hayden Church is a really solid actor for Sandman. I think he does a great job. Him trying to help his sick daughter, just a simple thief, and then murdering Uncle Ben, and then becoming a supervillain with his powers and stuff like that. I think he has a pretty good character arc, and then getting forgiveness from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I thought that was really emotional too. I'm glad he got forgiveness though, because I don't think he's truly a villain. And when we see him in Spider-Man No Way Home, I feel like they're just gonna make him out as this monster. Same with the Lizard. It's gonna be bad if they do it like that, because the way they're doing it, they're only promoting Jamie Foxx, Doc Ock, and Electro, who seem like the characters who are gonna get some character arcs and screen time. Lizard and Sandman look like they're just gonna be off to the side, being just monsters and stuff, just destroying everything. Hopefully, it's not like that, but it feels like it could be. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Venom. So, Venom in this movie is pretty bad. I think he has barely any screen time. Topher Grace is not a bad actor, and I think if he was given his own movie instead of forcing it in with Sandman, it would have worked better. But he only gets the last 20 minutes as Venom, and his screen time as Eddie Brock is not bad. But then when he turns into Venom, it's just pure he loses his humanity, and it's not really great. I think the Eddie Brock parts of the movie were solid for him, but then when he goes over to becoming Venom, it doesn't feel right. It feels kind of forced. The suit looks cool. It's not bad, but obviously it's not as good as the Venom movie suit. But they did what they could with the CGI and stuff, and then it's just a two on two with Sandman and Venom against Harry Osborn and Spider-Man. So he wasn't really important, and I'm mad that Sony forced him into this film. But let's get on to the script. The script is absolutely horrible. All the lines feel junky and forced. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. You're gonna cry. It's so dumb. All these lines are horrible. I mean, the Bully Maguire memes are awesome though. I love the Bully Maguire memes. I mean, If I could choose the Bully Maguire memes over a better script, I'd choose the Bully Maguire memes because the Bully Maguire memes are hilarious. The script suffers a lot. I think it's mostly for the Bully Maguire lines, and some of Eddie Brock's lines are really weird. There's just some here and there lines that are just really confusing and weird. And Sam Raimi's an absolute great director. It's probably that Sony screwed with his movie, and that's what happened. Anyway, let's get on to Kristen Dunst and some other characters. So Kristen Dunst kind of sucks in this movie still. I never liked her character at all. Like, she broke up with him when he was about to pronounce his love for her and stuff, and they're gonna get married, but never really happened, and we never got to see their ending of their relationship, if they're gonna get married, or are they gonna be gone or whatnot. Uh, yeah, and she kissed Harry, and she's like, oh no, right? But that was weird too. But I also want to know what happens to her and Toby's relationship. Hopefully they mention that in No Way Home. Like, Toby Maguire said something about her or something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to see where their relationship falls. The action in this movie is pretty well choreographed. I absolutely love it. I think some of the shots are amazing, and it's really fun to watch. Like, Venom shooting out his arms and stuff like that, and jumping. Sandman with his like monstrous form. It's really cool. They did a pretty good job for the CGI of the time, and I think it looks really nice. And I do like how the explosions look and the set pieces. They're really cool. I think the final set piece of like that on the construction site, that was really good, and they shot that really well. Yeah, this movie is really overhated. I don't get it. I mean, it's not a horrible movie. It's actually a good movie for me. I'd give it like 7.7, 7.8 out of 10. It's not bad. I don't get how people hate it so much. Just suffering from a bad script, that's all. That's my review on Spider-Man 3. What did you guys think of this movie? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.